Hey guys, it's Mas and welcome to my new channel, Parametric. This channel is all about following my path as a designer and sort of documenting my work, and as well as also making some cool things as well. So today I thought I'd like to share with you and also document a project that I'm currently involved with. This is for my advanced prototyping class, where we are able to manufacture anything we want. We just have to sort of show advanced manufacturing techniques and sort of a process behind it. So for my advanced prototyping class, I thought I'd like to redesign a bicycle helmet. However, I didn't want to make just an exact replica of your standard typical helmet. This helmet is a cask Proton helmet. It's a very good helmet, nice and light. Inspired from parametric design, I wanted to utilize a lattice within the helmet, and the reason why I wanted to use the lattice was because that lattice are amazing geometry that are able to absorb high impact but still be able to spring back to its original form, and I thought that something like this would be really suitable for the application. If you are involved in a crash, then potentially the likelihood of you having to go out and buy a new helmet and throw your old helmet out, which is just going to end up in a race, it means that you might get a little bit more life out of your helmet. To make the helmet, I have to make it in 3 parts. First part being the core, which is a complex lattice. The second part would be a shell, and I'm actually currently 3D printing out the molds for the shell. Because my printer, which is a FlashForge Creator Pro, has limitations within this size that it can make, I've actually had to make the helmet into multiple parts. So for today, what I'll be doing is I'll be heading out to the shops to buy some supplies so I can set up the vacuum chamber. This will be for the pouring. Secondly, I'll be sanding down the 3D parts at the workshop, and then after that I'll be doing some testing with Vario 15 and Vario 40, which is a really interesting polymer that you can actually control of how hard or soft it is. Hey guys, so back at my parents' house, just about to do some casting for the Vario, but I must say it is an amazing day in Melbourne, and at the moment the sunset is, look at it. How nice is that? Huh? How nice is it having such a nice sky? You know, sometimes it's just the little things in life that really make things good. Yeah, so I was silly enough not to actually turn my microphone on my camera, so I'm just going to do a voiceover for convenience. So what I'm doing here, I'm prepping my molds, and I made these molds out of pinky seal, which is like a silicon, and I used the failed 3D print to create that negative form. So what I'm doing here is I'm mixing up a batch of Vario 15, and I'm just doing some testing. So what Vario is, it's actually made by Barnes in Australia, and it's a high performance addition curing silicon, and it's got this unique ability where you can blend Vario 15 and also 40 to determine the hardness and also cure speed. Now Vario 15 is more of a softer sort of silicon, where the Vario 40 is sort of a harder one. So what I'm sort of trying to do here is to get an indication of what ratio of Vario 1540 I need to use. So in the very first one, this blue stuff here that I have, I actually put some blue pigment in it just to sort of know the differences between two of the molds that I'm making, but this one's just pure Vario 15. And I'm putting in a vacuum chamber to suck out all the air and degas the resin. This just means because I'm using a drill and a little spinning bit on the end of it to mix it all up, it does aerate the actual polymer quite a lot. So by putting in a vacuum chamber and taking the atmosphere out of it, it will just definitely help with getting all those bubbles out and just making a nicer part. This is my first time sort of using a vacuum chamber, so it was kind of fun to use. And then the second one that I was doing as well was a 50-50 ratio of Vario 15 and 40. Because it does take 6 hours to cure, I do need to do a couple of them, but it's just going to take a little bit more time because I've only got the 2 molds to use. Okay guys, so back finally at home, finally got the print glued together. I will show some shots of it a little bit closer, but essentially what I had to do with this, I printed it all out into 5 parts and then I then glued it all together. So that came out really well. I'm really pleased with that. The next stage, what I have to do now is to make a negative for that, so then I can actually use the Vario, which you saw previously, to fill it up. That sort of wraps it up for today's video. In the next video, we will be looking at the Vario castings, also making the negative mold for this. The next stage after that would be pretty much putting it all together. I am also printing out these, which will be the negative that I can lie my carbon fiber into, but I'll keep you updated with more results as we go by and just sort of update you on it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions on how I can improve or other alternative ways to make this mold, I am a little bit stuck on it and I'm still sort of thinking about it, but if you have any suggestions, I'm more than happy to hear about it. And if you'd like to keep track of my progress and of this project as well and future projects, please consider subscribing as well.